Well, it is Thursday, and I am in the office getting ready to head out. It's been a busy week for our law firm, both in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. A lot of people are ending their week tonight and starting their Memorial holiday early, and that's not uncommon. I know a lot of people who will get on the road today and head to the Jersey Shore or whatever shore that they're going to. And I always give my weekend advice, and I always stress, what you shouldn't do if you are stopped by police. And I put out a blog article regarding the most common crimes that we see on the Memorial Holiday weekend, both in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And I try to point out things that we often see come into our office, usually after these holidays, because people are out and about and there's traffic stops and a lot of things occur. Now, obviously, one of the more common offenses and crimes that we see both in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, DUI and DWI are obviously big this weekend. They don't have to be. If you are drinking, you shouldn't be driving. But if you are stopped for suspicion of DUI in Pennsylvania or DWI in New Jersey, you don't want to refuse the chemical test, whether it be a blood test or a breathalyzer. Again, it will not help your criminal case. It will result in an administrative suspension by PennDOT in Pennsylvania and the MVC in New Jersey. And that's something that you're going to have to deal with regardless of whether or not we win your criminal case. So it's important to understand that just going in. On top of that, if the officer wants to search your vehicle, remember that warrantless searches are permissible in New Jersey. They are not permissible in the state of Pennsylvania, or the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, rather. But so there's a big distinction there. But if the officer wants to search your car, do not get in their way. Just make it clear in a polite, respectful manner that you're not giving consent. Now, I understand it's a stressful situation, and a lot of people don't know what to do. But the big thing is just to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't give consent. At that point, if the officer chooses to do something, let him or her do it, and then have your attorney. We will deal with it in court at a later time. If the officer finds something, again, you are not obligated to make a statement or quote unquote own up to it. The officer may or may not say, well, if you just tell me what happened, I'll go easy on you. That's really not their call, respectfully to them. If they find contraband, they have to take action, and you're going to be arrested. And depending on the circumstances surrounding that contraband, whether it be a gun or drugs or both, depending on the substance and what it is, that will dictate whether it's a felony charge, a misdemeanor charge, a summary offense. These are a variety of offenses that we can have in Pennsylvania. In New Jersey, remember, it's a disorderly persons offense or an indictable crime. So there is a distinction between New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Remember that there's a big difference between guns in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. New Jersey, under the Graves Act, has they have mandatory minimum sentencing in New Jersey, warrantless. I'm not sure where my head is. I think it's getting late, but New Jersey has mandatory minimum sentencing when it comes to firearms. And remember that your right to carry, your permit to carry in Pennsylvania there is no reciprocity between states. It is much easier to get a permit now in New Jersey than it was in the past. I've done articles on that. But again, the states are different. Don't take your gun into New Jersey and don't take it into Pennsylvania if you don't have a right to carry it there. If you are transporting between the states, remember, it's in a locked gun box. Keep the ammunition separate, and that's the way you transport a gun or firearm in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. But again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey's website, gambleandlaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All of my books, my blogs, my videos are available there in one convenient format. It is a holiday weekend. Please be respectful to police. But again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey. Have a great weekend. I'll probably do another video sometime this weekend, but I'll talk to you all very soon.